Floyd! Floyd! I'll knock you out! He's sick, look at him.
Welcome to the motherfucking relay. We're covering today's top boxing news. Ow!
Okay, we'll start with this. The Gervonta Davis defenders are out in full force, trying to spin this to where Gervonta Davis is somehow the victim for being a serial domestic abuser, costing himself millions upon millions of dollars. High-level homo. What? Guy who goes by the name High-Level Boxing said, hear me out. Shakur and his fake brothers are the reason this fight was canceled. They went in there and helped off-code Jake realize he was about to get humiliated by a smaller fighter.
Put your tinfoil hats out.
Jake is smart, so he's using the situation to his advantage and canceled the fight. In reality, it wasn't Jake by himself that canceled the fight because it wasn't Jake that was paying for it. It was Netflix paying for it. And what makes you think that a big platform like Netflix wants to promote an event involving someone that has an active domestic abuse case? Another one. That they were even going to do it at all is a wonder, but when you rack up another one while they're in the process of promoting this show, that's too much. The same as what happened to Rolly Romero when he was supposed to first fight Gervonta Davis. You remember that Showtime pulled him out.
Remember when he had his own legal troubles?
Remember what he was accused of doing? On that predication, Showtime decided to pull him from the show until he could settle his legal affairs. It's no different here.
They need it to be a conspiracy theory that Gervonta Davis fucked up his own money for being a serial domestic abuser. It's Jake's fault. It's Shakur Stevenson's fault. Anybody but Gervonta, right?
What the fuck is wrong with these guys?
Gervonta, for all of his faults, is a role model to them.
You are a role model and inspiration for every person from the hood that made it out, that found any type of situation to get out of the hood. A lot of these people, they're trying any type of excuse to bash your name.
Any type of excuse to bash his name? What is this, the 9th, the 10th, or the 11th time he got in trouble for the same thing? What do you mean, excuse?
The people bashing Gervonta Davis are not the one making excuses. You are for what is serial behavior, pattern behavior, because you're a degenerate just like him. How can I tell? This guy clearly likes putting his hands on females, and you must too. If you support him, if you look up to him, if to you, he is a role model.
I'm not a judge. I'm not a jury. So I don't give a F about any of the stuff that people are saying. I don't give a F. That's not my job.
Neither is glazing Gervonta Davis. It's not your job to act like his online publicist, but you're doing it anyway. The fuck's your problem?
Look at how far apart his eyes are. And look at the vacancy in his eyes. You can see that something's not right with this guy, like something's not right with Gervonta.
So I'm going to say this. My job, at the end of the day, I just watch boxing. That's all I love to do. I watch boxing, and you've made me a fan of you, and I will not stop being a fan of you.
Huh?
And this boxing Twitter, to tell you the truth, is very hypocritical, very disrespectful, very shady.
Huh?
These guys don't talk about other people, and they just want to talk about you.
They don't talk about other people. They talk about Gervonta because Gervonta's the serial domestic abuser. Why don't you include that in your analysis, your evaluation?
The guy's fucking retarded.
Gervonta, I really look up to you. And I want you to know I ate paint chips just like you did.
What does it say about you that one of the only people in the public eye that you might identify with is human garbage? That the only guy you identify with...
Is this what representation looks like for you?
Says he's taking a break from boxing Twitter. Good riddance to bad rubbish.
There's a lot of stuff that I can talk about that I'm not going to, because at the end of the day, I don't judge nobody. I never talk about stuff that is not boxing. So I'm just going to say this. I'm going to be taking a break from boxing Twitter because this has become a very toxic space. And to tell you the truth, a lot of these people...
He doesn't think it's toxic that Gervonta Davis keeps getting in trouble for beating up on women. He thinks boxing Twitter is what's toxic, that people are talking about it.
Guy's a claggart.
Claggart!
Anything to defend Gervonta Davis, no matter how bad or how dark it gets. Anything to absolve him of accountability. People like this don't know what that is.
Have really just irked me the wrong way. I feel that that's how a lot of these people, they want to find any excuse to bash you publicly.
We're not the ones that need an excuse, princess.
Project your bullshit onto us because you're human garbage that looks up to human garbage.
Publicly, regardless, not even giving you a chance to talk. They just want to bash you automatically. And for that, it really turned me off a wrong way. But like I said, this right here, I will always be a fan of you. I'm going to be taking a break. I'm not going to be posting that much boxing stuff. I might talk about other stuff, but I will always be a fan of you, Gervonta Davis. And thank you for making me a fan and making me entertain in this sport. God bless.
Do you notice how he never once mentioned praying for the victims while he plays pasture for Gervonta Davis, religious leader?
I'm gonna pray for you, Gervonta. Won't he do it? Won't he do it?
Hey, mister, I'm above the petty behavior. If you're gonna pray for anybody, why don't you pray for all the women he keeps beating up on? Why don't you pray for them?
Clock up.
It's because you're a claggett. What you like about Gervonta Davis doesn't have a whole lot to do with boxing. I can tell.
This fixation.
Proof positive of what I've been telling you all along. You see that now that Gervonta Davis is not going to fight, and now that his stock is at an all-time low, what does this guy do? He bails. Oh, he's not going to be on boxing Twitter anymore. And he doesn't want to talk about boxing.
Good. Nobody wants to hear you talk about boxing.
Would-be content creator whose only content revolves around a serial domestic abuser and putting them on a pedestal. No, boxing don't need you. Boxing Twitter don't need you. Boxing as an industry don't need you.
Won't you get the hell out of here?
He's going to, which is what I said many of Gervonta's fans would do. These people you see online, once he stops fighting. Once he goes away, so do they, because they're not boxing fans.
Huh?
Not that we all didn't see this coming, because we did. Yesterday, MVP and Netflix made it official. The event will not be rescheduled. It will not be postponed.
It's scrapped.
In an official statement yesterday, MVP stated most valuable promotions and Netflix have announced that Jake Paul versus Gervonta Davis, originally scheduled for Friday, November 14th at the Kaseya Center in Miami, Florida, will no longer be moving forward. Our team has worked closely with all parties to navigate the situation responsibly, said Nikisa Badarian, CEO of MVP. While we will not be moving forward with this event, our plan still remains for Jake Paul to headline an event on Netflix in 2025. Details regarding a new date, location, Jake's opponent, and additional bouts will be shared as soon as they are finalized. We thank Netflix, the Kaseya Center, and the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino for their partnership. MVP appreciates the continued support and understanding of our athletes, partners, sponsors, and fans as we work to finalize updated event plans. Fans who purchase tickets via Ticketmaster for the Jake Paul vs. Gervonta Davis event will get an automatic refund through their original point of purchase within 14 to 21 days. Fans who purchase through secondary markets should contact them. For ticket assistance, please contact ticket office at heat.com. MVP thanks everyone for their patience and looks forward to delivering an extraordinary boxing event this year live globally on Netflix.
Gervonta Davis has single-handedly managed to waste a lot of people's time, a lot of people's money. Perhaps that's the reason that Jake Paul himself was not as diplomatic in his assessment.
His public statement, Gervonta Davis is an actual walking human piece of garbage. Working with him is an absolute nightmare. The unprofessionalism, the bizarre requests, the showing up hours late to shoots, the numerous arrests and related accusations and lawsuits. If you support this man, you support the most vile sin a man can commit.
How many times have you heard me say that Gervonta Davis is a fighter, a person with no redeemable qualities? Inside or outside the ring, that's the message that young Jake was attempting to get across.
I didn't want to give this woman abuser a platform to grow his fans and grow his bank account. My company champions women. I'm so sorry to everyone involved, mostly to the undercard fighters, to my team at MVP, and to my team who worked so hard prepping for this fight, sacrificing time with loved ones and kids just for this fool to lose his unintelligent mind again. It's scary that devilish men like this can rise to the top of culture and sports, including in positions of power. I hope you people moving forward look beyond his fake streetwear pieces, swag, and search for something deeper to be a fan of. As for me, it's on to the next one as always. Anyone, anytime, any place.
No redeemable qualities. Isn't that what I tell you all the time? To be a fan of Gervonta Davis, you have to be a fan of degeneracy and nothing else, because we know he's not courageous.
He's a coward.
The amount of time that he spent ducking every formidable fighter at or around his weight, we know that he's not courageous. He's a coward. We know that he's not intelligent.
He's a moron.
He's a fucking idiot. He just costed himself somewhere in between $30 to $40 million. We know that he's not well versed. Well-spoken, he can barely get a cohesive sentence out.
Doesn't exactly have a silver tongue. He's not charming.
Doesn't have a heart of gold. It's okay to be stupid when you have your heart in the right place. Gervonta Davis's problem.
Doesn't know how to keep his hands in the right place. Doesn't know how to keep his hands off of these broads. No redeemable qualities.
Keep your hands to yourself, you fucking garden gnome.
Far from a consummate professional, he's costed a lot of people a lot of money, himself included, and he's too fucking stupid to acknowledge that. His fans are too.
No redeemable qualities.
Not courageous, not intelligent, not well-spoken, no humility. He often abuses his own fans, the people that support him, like he abuses all those women.
Anybody noticing a pattern?
Gervonta Davis is devoid, derelict of any redeemable qualities as a fighter and as a person, both inside and outside of the ring. So I can't for the life of me understand why anyone would support him, why anyone would like him, except that birds of a feather do flock together. He is a degenerate and a reflection of the degeneracy in others.
Trash supporting trash.
Garbage.
I don't look to reason with any of these individuals. I know they're a waste of time, a waste of space. All you can do is look from a distance, observe, document, record, and analyze to chronicle how illogical these individuals are. Thus, any effort to use logic on them in and of itself would be illogical.
Illogical, Captain.
Gervonta Davis is good for nothing.
Nada.
That's how I describe him. He's not good for boxing. He's not good for regular boxing or even circuit boxing. Not good for anything. Like his fans are not good for anything. Online, they may support him, but in the real world, these bums don't spend 1 red cent on his fights or anybody else's. They steal all the content they watch.
Bums.
How do I know they're bums? Well, there's a reason Gervonta Davis has been on pay-per-view 7 or 8 times, and most of the time, the numbers hover at around 200,000. Just a little under, just a little over. It doesn't change. He doesn't actually have that much support.
Bums.
It just seems like a lot when you're online, when you can spit in the wind and find somebody defending Gervonta Davis. But in reality, they don't like him that much. They don't support him that much. Not enough to spend money.
Some content creators made it their mission to put him on a pedestal since they noticed their channels get a lot of traffic when he's brought up.
Guys like Fanon Boxing, who claimed that Gervonta Davis could now purchase 200 Ferraris due to the Netflix bag, the bag that he is now not getting. What was intended to be an affront to Turki El Sheikh's offer to come to Saudi to box Devin Haney or Shakur Stevenson, they were celebrating
Fanon was.
Gervonta Davis's unique brand of brazen cowardice that he would rather skip out on Devin and skip out on Shakur and even skip out on Levant.
Wouldn't even have a rematch with him.
Because he can buy 200 Ferraris now with the Netflix money, with the Netflix bag, the bag that he just fucked up.
Stupid.
In lieu of this latest backlash, he's deactivated his Instagram account, which is not uncommon for Gervonta Davis when he's under fire. It's not uncommon for him to deactivate his Twitter, deactivate his Instagram, while he sorts out this latest domestic abuse situation.
Before deactivating the account, he was seen celebrating the passing of Victor Conte and standing by what appears to be a Range Rover.
Some sort of caption. I didn't bother to read it. What the fuck could Gervonta Davis possibly have to say?
Could he possibly have to say worth hearing?
And what is a momentary reprieve, because he's not out of the woods yet.
Not according to Jake.
Yeah, bro. I mean, like, people don't realize how much effort is put into these training camps and, like, how people literally don't see their kids for months at a time. And this guy is, like, such a piece of shit, bro. He pulled up to Tootsie's and beat up a girl, dragged her through the parking lot, and punched her in the face. And it's like, bro.
Okay.
Like,
wait, but how do you know that happened?
it's a lawsuit. Miami-Dade is coming. There's video, like, everything, bro. He did this shit in public. Like, you have to understand, this guy was sober, driving to Tootsie's, and it's just like, I'm gonna beat this girl up. Like, he wasn't even drunk.
That's where things get serious. If Jake Paul, who called into Aiden Ross's live stream, if he's right, if there is corroborating evidence, CCTV, audio, video, eyewitness accounts of what Gervonta Davis is accused of doing, Gervonta Davis could go away for a long time. if there is corroborating evidence. And according to Jake Paul, there is. There's video of the incident.
Remember that Gervonta Davis is already on probation for the hit-and-run accident.
Remember that Gervonta Davis is not at liberty to do whatever he wants right now. He petitioned the judge to fly overseas to Japan to, quote-unquote, expand his horizons and experience a different culture, and the judge said no. The judge grounded him. Rejecting his petition, Gervonta Davis, here and now, is on probation. There is talk that this will not just be a civil suit, but a criminal case.
If it is, his ass is grass, and that girl's a lawnmower.
Could get bad, really bad for Gervonta Davis. And even if by some lucky dog chance he can make this all go away, I hardly think Netflix will allow him to spin the block. I hardly think Netflix will want any further association with what is a domestic abuser. It was veteran content creator T Street Controversy who said, "I doubt Tank Davis fights the winner of Isaac Cruz versus Lamont Roach. I can see wildcard Manny Pacquiao if the Floyd fight don't happen for Manny. To be honest, I don't think we see him fight again. That Roach draw, grease in his eyes, and him being trolled on social media did a number on him."
Adding to T Street's evaluation, I agree. Why do you think he's so quick to deactivate his social media accounts as soon as the heat is on? Whether it's his Twitter account or his Instagram account, this is clearly a psychologically weak, mentally weak individual.
Bitch.
He never had the intestinal fortitude to handle the attention, to handle the fame, so deathly afraid of losing, of being humiliated in a sport where you sort of have to roll the dice to get anywhere. He's all but run out of options. He costed himself his most lucrative one. He costed himself the Jake Paul fight. He was at the finish line.
His retirement check was within arm's reach, and he fucked it up for himself to where it's hard to imagine that he lingers, that he keeps fighting. Yet I agree with T Street. I hardly think he fights the winner of Lamont Roach versus Isaac Cruz because Lamont came way too close to beating him, and Gervonta Davis knows that. That's if Lamont wins. If Isaac wins, Isaac wasn't a walk in the park either for Gervonta Davis. That's why he didn't give him an immediate rematch, even though there was a market for one. And fighting either one of them will not compensate you, will not get you the same money that you just blew with Jake Paul. He was reported to make an estimated $30 to $40 million. You will not make that boxing them. The only guys that might get you that kind of money are the guys you've been ducking all these years. Guys like Devin and guys like Shakur. To get it a $30 or $40 million bag, he'd have to fuck with the Turk. And we know he doesn't want to do that. So when T Street Controversy says that we may have seen Gervonta Davis box for the last time, I can't help but agree. We might have. He doesn't have the intestinal fortitude, the mental toughness to continue because he is a coward. A coward with no redeemable qualities.